People can't seem to get it through their heads that there is never any healing or closure, ever. There is only a short pause before the next horrifying event. People forget there's such a thing as memory, and that when a wound heals, it leaves a permanent scar that never goes away, but merely fades a little. What really ought to be said after one of these so-called tragedies is, let the scarring begin.
My name is Austin Stamm. I am a junior at Loyola Marymount University. On August 22nd, 2010, I got on a plane and flew to Germany with a study abroad program. I went to stay with the Hemmers family in Bonn. I am here to make a documentary about anti-Semitism in Germany today. I'm Jewish. I'm not like super religious or anything. I celebrate the high holidays. Had a liberal bar mitzvah at Duke's restaurant with a really chill reggae band. Parents were pretty nervous about me coming to Germany because of what happened. I mean, because 6 million Jews were killed here, and it's kind of strange for me to be coming here considering that 60 years ago Jews would be trying to leave here. So it's a weird thing, and my parents were really nervous about me saying I'm Jewish and stuff to people on the street or whatever. But I think overall, coming here, I'm going to find that Germany's moved beyond, the Holocaust and everything, and that the people are going to be more accepting to Jewish people, and that, there's not going to be a lot of anti-Semitism.
I work at the Bonn Synagogue as a security guard. There is a police car outside of the synagogue. It's basically a law in all of Germany. In every synagogue there must be a police car outside. All the time there are people in the synagogue. In some cities they have police securing 24 hours a day.
But you find it strange that the people here that are still, there's so much anti-Semitism here considering everything?
Yes, that's a very good question. So actually, I discovered that more anti-Semitism than I expected. You can see it almost everywhere, in every street. Today it's mainly against Muslims, but it's still here. Here in the city where I live in Bonn, you rarely see it. Most of it is in eastern Germany. There it's almost on a daily basis where Jews and Muslims are attacked. But you can see it everywhere. The swastikas, it's not strange to see it here.
You seen swastikas?
Yes.
Walking back?
Yes.
I'm in high school in 12th class. In my town, it's called St. Augustine.
I was trying to get a tie for Yom Kippur when I came here the other time. I couldn't find a place. But I told people I was on my way to temple when I said that, I'd be like, you would not say that, right?
Did you say to people that you were on the way to the temple?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, of course, nobody understands what the temple is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. So you wouldn't say that then, like if you're in a situation.
Of course not.
You would never even if you were going there, if you said you work at the synagogue in Cologne.
Yeah.
If you're on the train there and someone asks you where you're going, are you gonna tell them where you're going?
I'm going to Cologne.
You're not gonna say I'm going to the synagogue.
No, because on the train there can be all kinds of people.
Have you do you know anybody or witnessed anyone who's experienced, an attack or anything against the synagogue?
An attack, not, but like the front of the synagogue in Cologne. There's in several parts the glass is broken because of stones that were thrown at it.
Have they fixed it?
No.
I'm here in Germany where they killed 6 million Jews, looking at the remains of a Bonn synagogue that was burnt down. I go to the current one. There's 5 people there. I feel some fear. I feel some anger, for sure, and I don't know, it makes me want to protect, it makes you concerned about this country, I guess, kind of, and thinking about it. It's weird to think there's only, no one doesn't say they're Jewish and stuff, and that's a big deal, that people are afraid. I mean, I'm scared someone could be watching me right now and go beat me up or something. I mean, it's a weird element. It makes me uncomfortable. I think I should go, but it's good coming here, and it's an interesting experience to go somewhere and see something like this where out and out hate for no reason. It just is. I don't know.
My name is Brennan Barcel, and I'm from the LMU Film Study Abroad program here in Bonn. Me and my cameraman my friend, went out one night to dinner, and we got seated at this table with an old woman who was pretty friendly at first, but she spoke no English. So we were trying to have a conversation with her in our broken German, but there's one point where we just decided, whatever, we're out enjoying a nice night, cheers to that, so we clinked our glasses and we said Prost. She said in German, how do you say it in English? And we said cheers. So we all clinked our glasses and said cheers. And just off of that, I went to my friend and I clinked my glass with him and I said l'chaim. And of course, that's the Jewish cheers, and it means to life. And she looked at us and she says, was ist l'chaim? What is l'chaim? And so I turned back to her and pretty innocently I said, l'chaim es ist jüdischer, it's Jewish. And she looked at me and she made this really sour face and she said, Yiddish? And then, proceeded to give me the finger. And actually left the table about a minute after that. Comparing her to the people who I've met so far in Bonn and the rest of Germany, it just made me happy to know that this woman was in no way a representative of Germany.
And so I became what many people call a Jew for Jesus. That's who I am, that's what I am. I remember once standing on a street corner, handing out literature. And this person comes over and he whispers in my ear and he says, if you're here in 10 minutes, I'm coming back with a baseball bat and I'm going to smash it in your head. So I looked at him and I said, okay, well, I'll be here. And he walked away. Now, why did I say that? Am I so courageous? No. I knew that if he wanted to smash my head in with a baseball bat, he wasn't going to give me a warning. He wanted to scare me away. But the percentages, the odds were that all he wanted to do was frighten me away. He didn't want to do me any physical harm. So I waited for him. He didn't show up.
And the Germany Central Bank board member accused of making racist remarks in a book has resigned. Thilo Sarrazin wrote that the German economy was being undermined by Muslim immigrants. Later in a newspaper interview, he said Jews all had a common gene. Bundesbank wanted Germany's president to fire Sarrazin, but the bank says he had asked to be relieved of his duties.
It's Thilo Sarrazin's first public reading, and scores of protesters have turned out to demonstrate outside the event in Potsdam. But those who want to hear him speak are just as numerous. His book, Germany Does Away with Itself, has sold out in bookstores across the country. Sarrazin's thesis on immigration appeals to a lot of Germans.
It's very difficult to put into words. To be here and what it feels like, and what happened, and seeing it makes it. I can understand why people I interviewed were very not very patriotic toward Germany, and not because of it, and I can see it's really difficult to plug up the holes that the Holocaust inflicted, and in the relationship between with Germany and Jewish people. And I think it's one that will take a long time to really fully to really heal, and probably never will. It's just, to be here and there's like mass graves and think that so many people, died for no reason. It's just, it's very difficult to. Jewish people, their culture is not being integrated into German society. And I think that is the problem, that they need to integrate the Jewish culture into German society so that the Jewish people can have pride in Germany and feel Germany supports them. Because right now it feels like Germany doesn't really support the Jewish people as much, because if you're not able to go on the street and wear a kippah and feel comfortable at night, then clearly how can you go and stand by the flag and feel patriotic? It doesn't make sense. The tree has a hole in the nail that will never heal. The Holocaust is a hole in Germany that will remain long after the last survivor has died. I want to acknowledge the German people who I met. Their love, support, and guidance made me feel welcomed and helped make this film possible.